Hi everyone. I wanted to talk about CAVA because CAVA you get to see both the on-premise order and the off-premise order being completed at the same time. My wife and I recently had lunch there and we did an experiment. There was this big long line and I thought at the back of the line, why didn't I do an off-prem order and see how fast that takes to produce relative to my wife who went through the standard in-store transaction. Now, what was interesting for me was that the on-prem order was completed faster than the off-prem order, despite the fact it was a pickup. And it was only a few minutes later before my dish came. But it also reminded me about the importance of accuracy when it comes to off-prem orders, because there are a few elements that were missing from my dish. Now, I didn't make a fuss of it on this occasion, but of course, when you're having a delivery transaction, an item that has an accuracy issue is a really big problem for restaurants. And it got me thinking, as my wife went down the line ordering her items, she was personalizing her bowl as you do at Carver. And it was a live demonstration of the point and call method, albeit in an informal, customer-led way. Her interaction ensured that her order was perfect. And yet, only a few feet away, a different scene was playing out for off-premise orders, including mine. It was a silent assembly of digital orders where the potential error occurred. Now, the point and call system, if you haven't heard of it, it's used and largely in Japan. It's a jewel in the crown of the Japanese railway system, where they found that by using this system, they've been able to reduce errors of up to 80% in levels. It involves a physical and vocal acknowledgement of actions and elevating routine tasks to a level of conscious engagement. So they will point out with their finger that there's a signal approaching, or they'll point out that they're going at a certain speed. If a quiet kitchen is a breeding ground for mistakes, especially for the make line where off-premise orders are being created, could adopting a vocalization policy for off-premise orders transform accuracy rates? Imagine that cook preparing my to-go order at Carver, calling out each ingredient as if I was standing in front of them. This could be the linchpin for bridging the gap in flawless execution of both in-person and digital orders. The silence of the off-premise line might be golden for concentration, but it could also be costly for quality assurance. Speaking an order aloud as if it's being assembled, even if it feels a little awkward, even if it feels a little embarrassing, creates that self-check mechanism that brings a new layer of precision to the process. It's not that unusual. We do this in kitchens today with comments like corner or hot plate, right? So it's something that we're seeing that already exists in the kitchen environment. But is it happening on the off-premise make line? It's time we ask ourselves if verbalizing steps can usher in the improvement seen on the Japanese railways. Isn't it worth a few raised eyebrows for a significantly better guest experience? For the digital restaurant era, where accuracy is as crucial as speed, integrating a pointed and calling approach could well be the ingredient we need for perfection.